Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the Game Dojo. Welcome to 24K movies, TV shows, video gaming reviews. That's right, we are not bought and paid for. Our viewpoints are strictly ours, only our opinions, but we give it to you straight. If it's whack, we let you know. If it's good, we let you know. If people are just talking shit because they on a level and they paid and sponsored to say it's amazing, we gonna tell you what we really thought of the movie. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Game Dojo, the land of gaming. And if you couldn't tell, we are wearing the Precious. That's right, the Precious is on standby. And you may ask yourself why. Well, maybe because the latest season of Rings of Power, that's right, Rings of Power Season 2 has just dropped. We are 5 episodes in, and I figured I'd give you my mid-season review on what I felt about the Rings of Power. But first, I'm going to let you guys get a little bit of a trailer so that you guys see what we're getting into, and then I'll speak from the heart as a patron and a humble fan of Tolkien and all things Tolkien. I'm gonna let you know what I think, for real, no bullshit. Like, a lot of people be on some bullshit because they hear some other people say something and see some other people say something. I'm gonna give it to you straight from the Game Dojo, by gamers, for gamers, for avid people looking for just entertainment, 100% entertainment, no hidden agendas. So I want you to sit back, relax with your favorite bag of snacks, maybe get a bucket of popcorn, and check out this review, because this is 24K and we're gonna let you know whether this shit is golden glistening or lacking lusterless. So I'll tell you what, let's check out that trailer and then we're gonna come right back. Alright, so sit right tight.
What has come to Middle-earth?
This is the work of Sauron.
Our armies cannot defeat him. Once the deceiver obtains a being's trust, he gains the ability to sculpt their very thoughts. You are wise to fear these rings. In Sauron's hands, they could work an evil beyond reckoning.
Aegion must not fall. It will be a mortal blow for all Middle-earth.
Sooner or later, Sauron's eye bores a hole. The rest of him slithers in. You sought peace. I gave it to you. This is hardly a gift. What have you done to me? What have you done to me? Who are you? Truly, I am the one keeping the storm at bay. Sauron is my enemy as much as yours. I can help you destroy him.
I will not stop until this is put right.
Every soul in the seen or unseen world will know that it was you who was the architect of their demise. At this moment, the great tale of our age is being written.
You think it was only you who put yourself in my power? Galadriel.
Alright, welcome back. Now, I know that's a lot to unpack from a trailer, but I'm going to help you navigate through Mordor this season. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is a spoiler review. So, if you don't want spoilers, then you can turn away, because, like I said, we're going to give it to you straight right here. So, that being said, there are spoilers ahead, and we'll do 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Alright, let's roll this. Alright, first of all, let's jump into this. Let me take this camera back just a little bit. There you go. Still got the Precious. Now, good, bad, ugly. First of all, let's take this off the table, because I know a lot of people are triggered if you read the books. I myself have read the books, and when it comes to adaptations from book to TV or book to big screen and movie, they never get it right. So let's just take that off the table to begin with. Let's take it off to the table to begin with, because that always will bias your opinion on a project. And if it ain't what you expected it to be, it's never going to live up to your expectations. So having said that, you'll never be entertained by what you see, because justice will never be given proven to what it is. Let's just face that. We've seen that by now. Very few projects have ever come even close within percentage of what the original source material book-wise has done in the actual live adaptation. So let's just take that off the table, because a lot of people are triggered like, oh, I read the Silmarillion, oh, I read it's not like that, and it's not like this, it's not like that. I get it, but if you have that fixed mind, then this is going to take you out of it. So don't watch it. Don't watch it. But if you are somebody who's just looking for entertainment, if you're somebody who's looking for that version of that world to be able to be seen with your eyes, I'm a very visual person. Sometimes when I read a book, I like to see something because I visualize something, and when I'm actually seeing it, it's a different story. So this is a visual representation of what I wanted to see of this world. So having said that, this is season 2 so far. By episode 5 is more cohesive with the movie universe than I expected. The first season clearly deviated away from the movies, the universes and the characters, within, you understood, but they deviated greatly. This season 2, I was surprised at how much of a feel that the Peter Jackson movies actually felt in the series. It had nothing to do with them, but I was surprised at how much it felt like it was part of that cohesive universe. This season concentrated on the Rings of Power, as the name states. The Rings of Power being brought into the universe, 3 given to the elves, and then you have the Dwarven Rings, which we just saw come to pass in episode 4. And at the end of episode 5, they're making the Rings of Power for men, the rings for the kings. 9 rings for the race of men. We know where the story leads. We know where the story goes, but it's interesting to see how we got there. This season has a lot more action and a lot more in-depth take of the world, and I actually like that. I actually like seeing the tree imps. Like you heard about Treebeard in the Peter Jackson movies. The walking tree. They're tree imps. They watch over the forest. They take care of the forest. Like, it was cool to see them brought into this storyline as well, because you know that those characters exist, and it was nice to see them. It was also nice to see the dissension in the orc packs, because orcs have dissension. You have some who are loyal followers of Sauron, and then you have some who don't want to be under that thumb. And then you have a few that just want to be free. They don't want to be under anybody's thumb. The race of men is fractured in a lot of different ways. Oh, we were also able to see the eagles this time. The eagle made an appearance. The seeing stones hold fast to a lot of this. The Harfoots, hobbits, which later on become hobbits, they play host in here with who I pretty sure is Gandalf at this point. He hasn't been named. He doesn't know his name. He doesn't know who he is or what he is, but he's brought to a man who speaks to him of the sacred fire. And this is where I'm hoping by now we get his name, because he's searching for his staff and he's searching for the ability to be who he is. We've already been introduced to a dark wizard of this time. There should be a few more wizards out there during this time that we should have known by now, but we haven't been introduced to. I don't know if that was by design or if, well, I don't know. Maybe I think there's 4 seasons of this, so maybe we'll find out about that. But anyway, in any shape, size, or form, there's a bunch of different stories going on. You have what's going on with the elves, Celebrimbor, and the Lord of Gifts teaching the craft of the rings. You have Galadriel and what's going on in her life and her being deceived and her allowing herself to have feelings for this human who turned out to be Sauron in the flesh. We have the dwarven storyline, which is Durin. It's a very, I like the Dwarf Lord storyline, and I like where they went with it, because it's not focused on that much in the Peter Jackson adaptations. I mean, you get to see them in A Desolation of Smaug and in the Hobbit movies, but it's not really concentrated on in the Lord of the Rings series. And the dwarves play a huge host to it, because some of them had a very strong resilience to the rings of power and some of them didn't. With the elves, some of them had resilience to the rings of power and some of them didn't. The men, we all know what happened. Men folded. They desired power. They folded. We also get Elrod and his story, and I like the conflict that he's experiencing on all sides. He loves Galadriel. He has this emotion for her, but on the same time, he has the ability to see she's being led astray and that she's being tempted by the essence of this ring. He knows the full architect of everything that's going on, and yet and still he's not able to stop it from happening all around him. It's like you being in the center of a car accident and being given the ability to jump back in time, yet you still can't stop anything from happening. It's a very precarious situation that he's in. Then you have the wizard storyline, which I'm pretty sure he's Gandalf by now. They won't say it, and it kind of pisses me off, but I like the fact that they're digging more into him and they're revealing more, but it's at a very slow burn, which kind of irritates me, because by now I wanted him to have some of who he is and his power, because Mordor has already been created. Mordor has already been created. The land is there. The volcano is there. The rings have been forged already. The elves have the ring. The dwarves have the ring. And they're making the rings now for the race of man. Like, the time is at hand. Like, bro, if you was put here to stop any of this, like, you are behind. Like, I can see why all of this happened. Like, you need to catch the hell up. Like, I don't know what happened when you smacked down to the earth and smacked your head on the rock, but you need to catch the hell up, because we got a problem now. Now, I call him Adar. He's not Adar, but I call him Adar. He's the evil orc / dark elf who's running Mordor right now and the orcs. And he has anger towards Sauron for what he did, for the Dark Lord, because of what he did to him. And it's, rightly so. It's felt. It is. But on the same token, he had Sauron within his midst and could not see who he was. So he was deceived too. And if you remember the original preamble of Lord of the Rings, but they were all of them deceived. For another ring was forged, for deep within the lands of Mordor and the fires of Mount Doom, a master ring was forged. And into it Sauron poured his cruelty, his malice, and his will to dominate all life on earth. One ring to rule them all. And the funny part is, we know this as people looking into the situation. The characters don't. And like I said, you have 6 unique stories going on all at the same time. They're all fed into one focal point, one antagonist they're going to face and fight. They're all parts of this trickle river effect flooding down into one path, and they're going to end up in one dam with one blockade with the same problem. Sauron. He is changed his shape to be in all of their lives, and all of them have been deceived by him. And it's amazing, because no matter who catches on to the plot, at this point they're not able to stop it. Celebrimbor allowed himself to be led astray. He allowed himself to be lied to. And I do like there's a parallel, because Sauron, being the devil of this universe, he never physically makes you do anything. He lays it at your feet and allows you free choice and will to do what you will. And you choose evil every time because of how it's shaped. And that to me is one of the most interesting points in this series, because he influences people, but he doesn't make them do anything. Sound familiar? I know a lot of people can hold on to that concept. And it's funny because help and safety and the ability to resist is always there on every forefront. You have elves who are immortals and wisest of all beings, but completely helpless and mindless when it comes to the fact that here is this ring, here is this power that can save your entire lands. You just accepted it. They put the rings on. No hesitation. With this ring, it is. What did your boy Sean Bean say in Lord of the Rings in the Peter Jackson movies? It is a gift. We could use this with this, with this power of the enemy. We could use this to do right and good. No. Do you understand? That ring has one master. It only answers to Sauron. Like Aragorn said, it only answers to Sauron. It's only master. Don't you get it? You cannot use these rings of power to any other means besides evil. That is the outcome. They are influenced by evil, by Sauron. That was the point. That was the design. A design that plays itself out to perfection. And young Isildur, during this time, he grows to be a wise, strong king. And we know that the ring betrays him to his death. And we know that during the great battle, the ring of power passes from his father to him when Sauron is killed. Well, defeated on the field of battle. He's never really killed. He just changes shape. His energy just changes shape. But it's amazing how everybody, even in the Dwarven Kingdom, everybody is just a half a step behind Sauron. And there are people within the realms of dwarves, elves, man, even the Harfoots, that have all of these insights on what's happening, yet they're unable to influence any of it from happening. And it's insane, but it's amazing. So when it comes to the series, I love that about the series. It's intriguing. This season to me is intriguing, and I know people are raking it over the coals. I know people are talking mad shit about it. The same reason why they did from season 1. But on its very base, on appearance, it is a beautiful looking world. It is a beautifully sculpted looking world. The story that they're telling, I am 100% on board with. The visuals, the sound, and I understand people who are diehard fans being angry, but that's the whole point. If you're going to be on that fence, no film, no TV show, no adaptation has been correct ever. We need to get over that. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. But me, myself, I like to jump into TV series and universes, and I like to be whisked away from the world that I'm in. It's escapism. That's what it is to us who watch these things for entertainment. It's escapism. And this world built by Amazon Studios, they built a very amazing, wonderful world to escape to. And I'll tell you the truth, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I haven't needed to pick up my cell phone. I've been thoroughly entertained. I've been thoroughly just whisked off into this world that they've created based off of Tolkien's lore. And I may be one of the only people in the world that absolutely love this series, but I absolutely love this series. not because of what I read and because of what I know and because it does so much justice to the source material, but in today's society, there aren't too many TV series, too many movies that are entertaining enough to hold my attention, to draw me in, something that I can lose an hour, 2 hours at a time by simply enjoying the land and the story that I'm being told. The story is all that matters. If you shut the hell up and tell a great story, that's what people are drawn to. And this is a great story. You can say all you want to about text, about lineage, about authenticity. You can say all you want, but when it comes down to this is an entertaining series with beautiful, stunning visuals, with buckets of money thrown into this universe. And people will always find something to be pissed off about. Oh, I don't like black elves. All right, then you don't like black elves, but that's you. That's who you are. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like that. This is not like the book. That's not like the book. Let me tell you something. I read thousands and thousands of books, and I've seen thousands and thousands of movies, and no movie has gotten it right yet. But if I go by just books and not by the movies, I wouldn't watch movies again. Matter of fact, I'm damn near there now. The shit movies that we're giving and the shit TV series we're giving, they're not worth toilet paper to wipe your ass on. 100%. 100%, they're not. So when something comes along that is entertaining, that somebody puts effort into, and these people try, the characters, the dwarven characters, the elven characters, the sorcerer characters, the evil characters, the good characters, the man characters, the effort put into this deserves attention. It deserves praise because this is a great series. The hell if it doesn't match up to your standards of what the book was and what this is. Look at it with a pair of brand new goggles. Come into this just looking for something to watch. Come into it looking for an escape to another world full of men, elves, evil, good, bad, triumph, dark over light. Look at these things and come into it with a pair of new goggles, and you will see this series for what it is. It is a beautiful, wonderful series, and I love it. And season 2, I am all on board with. And I may be one of the only people out there giving it a positive, glaring, glowing, great review, while everybody else has problems with it. But I myself do not. I love this series. And this series is now even more cohesive with the Peter Jackson adaptations than ever. And I dig it. I dig the characters like, oh, wait a minute. I know him. Oh, I know him. They're bringing things to life and wonder in here that, till quite frankly, have only been on paper and have only been, maybe talked about in small circles of geekdom, of which I am. I am a gigantic nerd. I can't help it. But it is what it is. It is like you're sitting in a D&D circle listening to a dungeon master tell a story, and you're watching all the people play. You're not a part of the story. You're watching all the people play. That's what I like about games. Games put you into the story. And I started playing Shadow of Mordor and some of the Lord of the Rings games because this has got me back into wanting to be a part of that universe. Same way that Hogwarts Legacy made me want to be a part of that Harry Potter universe. This series does the same thing, and it deserves the praise for what it does correctly. And it does a lot correctly in spades when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to lore, when it comes to just beautiful CG and storytelling, because there's so many things. I get so tired of these two-headed shark attacks and horrible CG and fake bullshit, and it just drives me bananas. But here is a series that's trying, that's actually putting effort, and the people of the world that are trolls just absolutely want to cut this to bits. You're never going to be happy with anything and everything. So if you don't want to watch it, then don't watch it. But leave those of us who do want to watch it, who do enjoy it, to enjoy it in peace, because that's what it is. And the whole thing is, I won't even talk about the Rings of Power to people in conversations, just because everybody is opinionated to the highest point, and I'm just completely done with the way people think like that in the world. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. That is 100% true. But most of the people that I've talked to haven't even watched the series, but formed opinions off of other people talking about it and other people forming opinions. Watch something for yourself before you form an opinion about it. Everybody's different. What they hated, you may like. There's no shame to admit it. And I got news for you. I like this series. I do. I like this series. I watched season 1. I have it. I watched season 2. I'm watching it now. I'm currently watching it now. And I'll be there for as long as this project is fed life. Because I enjoy what I'm watching. I enjoy the escapism. I enjoy this world being brought to life through somebody else's eyes besides Peter Jackson, who focuses on it for a half a second to 3 seconds. Think about it. When you watch the Lord of the Rings movie, not the Hobbit series, the Lord of the Rings movie, how much were you fed into the lore of dwarves? Besides the fact of seeing a point of view that dwarves are just angry little mountain men who don't trust elves, where does that distrust come from? Did Peter Jackson go into that? Did he go into a backstory of why the elves and the dwarves don't trust in each other? No, because there wasn't time for that. He was focused on his movie. We're just given that. Did you go into, they give you the preamble of how the rings were started, how the rings were brought into power, how the rings were brought into this, because here we are at Lord of the Rings, and this seems like a more important story to tell. But what if Peter Jackson had concentrated like on this series? What if he had started with the actual Lord of the Rings? If he had started with the Rings of Power being brought into creation before he did the Lord of the Rings? Imagine how great of a series it would have been being fed the background of these people in this lore before you just jump in and, oh, this is Aragorn. He's son of a Isildur. Who's the Isildur? Oh, you don't know? You didn't read the books? You're done. Not everybody reads the books. A movie should be self-reliant enough to give you enough to understand what's going on with the lore and the people and the characters in the movie. And these movies are in depth, which means even at 4 hours, that is a short movie when it comes to Tolkien lore, because there is a lot to digest in his books, in his movies and adaptations. And no movie can capture that. No TV series can capture that, but they can give you a glimpse into the window of some of these stories. And that is the attraction for Rings of Power, is you get a backstory and deeper stories into some of your favorite characters that you're not given in the Peter Jackson films. Even when you went back and did The Hobbits, they concentrate on the Hobbit point of view. You get a little bit of the dwarves, and then you get a little bit of Gandalf, but you get nothing else. How many of you guys knew what Elrod went through with Galadriel? None of you. How many of y'all knew about Adar and the orcs being against Sauron? How many of y'all knew about that? How many of y'all knew that Sauron deceived everybody by taking different shapes and forms and walking in and out of their lives to shape the balance of this entire thing? We were told they were all of them deceived, but we weren't shown it. This series is giving you that opportunity to see something. It's a compliment. Before your meal, sometimes people have a salad course or a soup course. This is the precursor to the meal, which is what you have. You've just gotten a meal, and then you didn't get any dessert. This is the precursor and the dessert to that meal that you watched in The Lord of the Rings. And if you come at this with a very open mind, you're going to love what this series is doing. 100% biased. You'll love what the series is doing, because this series does it very well in spades. At the very form of entertainment, this series is entertainment at its best right now on television. 100%. And there it is. So in the game dojo, now I said good, bad, and ugly. So I covered the good, the bad, and the ugly in there because there was good, there was bad, and there was ugly. The ugliness or the downside that I can have with this series is sometimes there can be a little bit of expository too much, where there's a lot of scenes of talking and explaining things, but I do understand you need to explain some of the things that are happening to people who just don't get it. Not everybody is just going to get it, and I do understand that. But that is my only takeaway, is that it slows down for a lot of the talking scenes. But other than that, absolutely brilliant series, just like I like season 1. And there's no There's no hiding the glaring fact that so far this series is a platinum. The series is platinum. Just like season 1, this series is platinum. You know, no hidden agenda there. This series is platinum. So if you're wondering for what 24K movie review for this series is platinum. And what it does well, it does in spades. And I got news for you. If you look around through television and TV series right now, there really isn't much out there to jump onto. Oh, Stranger Things 5, what, you gonna watch that in 2029 or 2030 when they're all like 50 years old and they have lower back pain and premature ejaculation? Like, The Last of Us, another TV series. Adaptation done well. Tons of people hate it. I'm not looking forward to season 2, but I will watch season 2 because I know what happens to Joel. But it's not on now. What else are you watching? Grey's Anatomy season 51, NCIS season 97. Like, what are you watching right now? That's what I'm saying. This is a new endeavor. Give them a chance and an opportunity. This series does great things. And you should be unbiased in your opinion of really watching it. Not listening to that person and that person and that person. And it's not the fact that I'm influenced by the ring, even though I wear the Ring of Power. I swear I'm not influenced. This series is amazing, and you should watch it. So from here, in 24K movies, TV shows, and reviews, we give the Rings of Power Season 2 a platinum rating. Hands down. Watch it, enjoy it, I love it, and I'll be there until this endeavor is done. And you know what? Hate it or love it, you can say what you want to. You're entitled to your opinions. You're entitled to feel the way you feel. I've read the books thoroughly. I love the universe thoroughly. And I'm entertained by this endeavor thoroughly. All right. So until next time, thank you for joining me here. Hope you liked the trailer. Hope you liked the review. Thank you for joining in, making my channel what it is. I love the reviews. Stay tuned. We got a few more reviews coming for you. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from the Gamer Nation, it is your host, the Game Ninja, for 24K movies, TV shows, and reviews, saying maybe next time, next theme, maybe next popcorn bucket, maybe we'll be watching something else. Till then, enjoy. Ain't much out there, but it's some stuff. You can always watch Wolverine and Deadpool again.